How's it going, everyone? Today I'm here with my WWE NXT Takeover London review. Of course, NXT Takeover London took place earlier this afternoon, or late evening, or late afternoon, or wherever you're from, wherever it took place at. For me, it took place at noon, exactly at noon, 12 o'clock. And it was a great show. You know, your typical Takeover was just a ton of fun and just a great show overall. And really no complaints. You know, there really wasn't a bad match, and what was considered bad wasn't that bad. So just an awesome show. Definitely the start time, you know, felt weird watching it at 12 p.m. It was different. I know overseas people deal with these kind of things all the time, whether it's like in the morning or afternoon or wherever you may be from. But it's really different to watch shows at these times, especially when they had the Beast in the East special and unfortunately July. That was really weird watching it at 2:30 in the morning. But besides the point, Takeover London, like I said, just a great, solid, fun show overall. You know, just your typical Takeover bit, pretty much. The show opened up with Triple H opening the promo, like he pretty much does on almost, well, pretty much he's done on the big takeovers. You know, the first one, then the ones outside of Full Sail, being Brooklyn in this one. He opened the show. He pretty much said he got his ass kicked on Sunday at TLC, but that did not prevent him from being in London. Excuse me. So of course, he opened the show, get the crowd hyped and whatnot. You know, side note for the crowd, awesome stuff. The crowd was the crowd was red hot. Sorry if I'm speaking over myself and stuttering. I'm just amped. I was excited after the show. It was a great show, and I had a lot of fun. So I'm kind of still on that Takeover high from the show. So excuse me for stumbling and kind of just messing up a little bit. But the crowd was just absolutely awesome. You know, they were red hot the entire time. Definitely lived up to the London hype crowd. So a great job on whoever was there for just being an awesome crowd. They were so loud to the point where you couldn't even hear the announcers sometimes. So that's how loud they were. But Asuka versus Emma was the opening match. Awesome that they announced it as a women's division match, not your next. This is the Divas match. This is a women's division match. So that was a little little thing that they did that was really cool of them to start announcing it as a women's division instead of a Divas. But Asuka and Emma had a great match. You know, I really enjoyed it. You know, it started off a little slow, but it definitely picked up and they progressed to a really good match, I thought. Emma definitely brought the fight to Asuka. You know, Asuka's pretty much been known for dominating each match, but Emma put on a really good fight to Asuka to the point where she almost beat her several times, I thought. And just really brought the fight to her. You know, Dana Brooke was ringside. You can hear her obnoxious, annoying voice. Just really annoying. But great stuff from both of them. Really good opener. The referee got taken out, which led to Dana Brooke sliding in a glove, or looked like a cuff bracelet. Like it looked like something that you would wear in your hand or wrist. It didn't seem dangerous at all. But Asuka got it. The referee saw it. Said, "Hey, did you hit Emma with it?" And Asuka's pleading her case. No, even though I'm like, it's not really a foreign object. It's just like I don't know what it was, honestly. Just seeing something that wouldn't really cause a lot of damage or a lot of harm. That distracted her. Emma took advantage, rolled her up, which Asuka was able to counter into the Asuka lock. And then Dana Brooke tried to get involved. The referee kicked her out. Dana Brooke tried to distract Asuka. Asuka noticed what she was doing. Roundhouse kicked Emma for the 1-2-3 victory. So Asuka picked up the win, which was a great opening match here. Really good stuff from those two women. From there, we're going to the NXT Tag Team Championship match. Dash and Dawson versus Enzo, Amore, and Colin, Cassady. Enzo and Cass doing the typical promo stuff before the match, being serious for once. And I like when guys that have fun turn into serious people, because that shows them, like, you know what, hey, games are over. This is playtime. We're serious now. So it's a good transition. Not saying they're gonna be serious going forward, but it's always a good transition to know when they're pissed and they really want to take it seriously. It's always a good transition, at least for me. But the match overall was a lot of fun as well. The crowd was red hot for this match. You know, like I said at the beginning of the video, they're just red hot the entire time. And this is one of the matches that they're really into, and I just thought it was a lot of fun. It was a great match, great back and forth stuff. You know, it was probably the best Enzo and Cass match I've ever seen in my entire life. You know, they're entertaining, but they haven't been known for being the best in-ring guys, but they definitely put it in a really good in-ring match, I thought, here. Dash and Dawson being the great tag team that they were. There were some mishaps in the match in terms of confusion. The referee wasn't seeing tags, and there was some confusion in the match, but it was good. Dash and Dawson were so desperate they pulled the lengths of injuring Big Cass's leg. They went for the injured leg that they gave him like a month ago or whatever it was. So I like that, they brought that into the match where they didn't really acknowledge it, but that was like the last resort where they had to, re-injure his leg. But it was a lot of fun, back and forth action. Enzo flew. There was a spot where he, hit the ropes and Big Cass threw him over, and he just like flew. So that was really good. But ending came, Enzo got the assistant splash from Cass onto Dash, and then Dawson, pulled Enzo out and had a little thing on the outside, which led to pretty much a little brawl, and he took Big Cass out. Enzo's on the top rope, and ended up hitting a shatter machine from the top rope. Absolutely insane. It looked absolutely awesome. It looked great. 1 through 3, Dash and Dawson retained tag team titles. Very, very fun tag team match. I really enjoyed it. And the ending was just that much better. I thought it was a great ending with the shadow machine from the top rope. It just looked devastating. I thought it was a great, tag team match. So great stuff from both teams. Good stuff. From there, I'm going to go to Apollo Crews vs. Baron Corbin. Probably the worst match in the card. Not saying it's a bad match, but it just wasn't the best match on the show. It was decent. It was an alright match. Nothing really significant happened in the match, but the best thing to talk about this match was Baron Corbin being Baron Corbin and the crowd absolutely hating him. Baron Corbin made this match. Not to take away from Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews is absolutely awesome, but Baron Corbin made this match so much fun. It was great. He was just yelling obnoxious things at Apollo Crews, pondering to the crowd, saying things that aren't even true. Like, he's yelling at Apollo Crews to go back to Ring of Honor. And to my knowledge, Apollo Crews was never even in Ring of Honor at all. So he's just like, he just took the only thing he knew and just yelled at him to go back to it. It was great. Baron Corbin is awesome. I've always liked Baron Corbin, but his heel character is so awesome. I absolutely love every second of it. But the match itself, like I said, was fine. It was decent. Apollo hit the standing moonsault that Baron kicked out of. It was decent. The match itself, it just wasn't anything special. But like I said, Baron Corbin, the crowd involvement, them just hating him, was what made the match really, really fun in my eyes. But Baron Corbin gets a surprise, but very much needed victory. Apollo Crews going for his power bomb, but Baron Corbin held in the ropes, got down. Apollo Crews walked right into the end of days. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin wins. I'm happy that Baron Corbin won. Like I said, even though it was a shocker, I think he definitely needed the win. Apollo Crews, he's still fresh, and I don't think it killed any momentum or anything. So it's good to see Baron Corbin get the win, at least for me. But yeah, just the match itself was fine, but like I said, the involvement of the crowd and Baron Corbin just what made it so much fun. From there, I'm going to the NXT Women's Championship match, Bayley versus Nia Jax. This match pretty much was your David versus Goliath match. Bayley being the small person, Nia Jax being the big beast. Pretty much just fighting it out. And the story, the wrestling wasn't really there. The wrestling was alright, but the storytelling was great. I liked the story of the match, and that's pretty much what the only thing about this match was, just the story. Bayley was, being quick at first and getting around Nia Jax and not really getting hit. And then, of course, Nia Jax finally caught up to her and pretty much dominated the majority of the match. And, the story was Bayley's fight. Bayley kept fighting back. I believe Nia Jax hit like 3 Samoan drops and shit like freaking, it felt like 10 leg drops on Bayley in a row. And Bayley kept kicking out of everything, even though I honestly thought Nia Jax was going to win the match at some points because, she, like I said, like 3 Samoan drops and like 10 leg drops. I'm like, okay, she's going to win. But no, fighting Bayley, kept fighting back, and, Bayley kept putting her in a guillotine. She had her in a guillotine for a while. She'd have her in a guillotine, Nia Jax would get out of it, and then Bayley would just reapply it real quickly. To the point where, pretty much Nia Jax was just sitting in the middle of the ring. Bayley had it applied for, it seemed like 2 or 3 minutes until Nia Jax finally tapped out. So Bayley retains the NXT Women's Championship, which was, I know a lot of people really like this match, and I liked it too, but I don't think I liked it as much as most people. I thought it was just good. The storytelling was great, but like I said, the in-ring wasn't really all there. So, yeah, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. Way better than I expected, to be honest. But, yeah, good stuff there. And then we go to the main event, which was the NXT Championship match, Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe. What a time to be alive, where you see a man dressed as a demon wearing a hat and a coat. Finn Balor coming out as the demon, pretty much looking like Jack the Ripper. That's pretty much what he's doing, being Jack the Ripper. And it was great homage, London and everything, and got it. But it's so weird seeing a guy who's trying to be like this menacing, scary looking, demon, and he's wearing a freaking hat and a coat. Like, it looked ridiculous, to be honest, but it looked badass at the same time. It's incredible how that works out, right? But Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, had an awesome match, I thought. I really enjoyed it. There were some sloppy spots in it, but it was a lot of fun. I thought it was a great main event and a great, match between the two of them. I think that these two can have an even better match. I think if these two had another rematch, another takeover in the future, I think it would be absolutely even better. Not saying this match was like not that good, but I think they're possible having a better match than this one. So I'm pretty much trying to say. You had Samoa Joe take over very early on in the match, just beating down Finn Balor. Finn Balor pretty much was on the defense for the most part, just getting beat down, and Samoa Joe just giving him his all. In any fight, Balor had, Samoa Joe just counter and just beat him down some more. So it pretty much was a story for pretty much like the first half of the match, and then Finn Balor got into it. They started going at it, and the last like 5 to 7 minutes was absolutely insanity. It was just the drama, the intent was just off the roofs, through the roofs. It was that good. Like Finn Balor was hitting the shotgun drop kicks that he does to set up the coup de grace, like to each corner. Like he would hit it on on Joe. Joe would just bounce up and just stand there. So he kept like hitting Joe in each corner, and Joe just kept getting back up, wasn't really going down. And then Finn Balor would go for the coup de grace. Joe gets up, gives him a freaking enziguri. Has him up for the muscle buster. He rolls down, flips him up for a pin. Joe kicks out, and then that actually happened earlier on in the match, but it just popped in my head as I was saying all this. But then he'd go for the coup de grace. Joe would knock him down. Joe go for the muscle buster. Balor knock him back down. Joe get up, get in the second rope, go for the muscle buster from the second rope. Balor would knock him back down. There was just a lot of drama and intense. Intense story going on towards the end of the match, which made a lot of fun. And it was just a great, solid main event overall. Just great stuff from both guys. Joe, I'm loving the heel character he's playing. I thought he played it great in this match. But the ending was kind of anticlimactic. Like I said, Balor just knocked Joe down, then he quickly hit the coup de grace for the 1, 2, 3. So Finn Balor retains the NXT Championship, which I was surprised by. I honestly was expecting, and I honestly did want Samoa Joe to win the title here. I thought it was the best thing they could have done. But I don't know the direction they're going in. I know Sami Zayn came back, so they're probably going to involve him in the title scene. But I just thought it was a perfect time for Samoa Joe to win the title, especially him being a heel. I think it's time to have a heel champion again. I know Kevin Owens' title reign wasn't that long ago. It was 5 months ago he lost the title, but still, Finn Balor, there's not really much more he can do with the championship going forward. I'm not saying that he can't do anything, but in terms of having a big program, it's hard to see. He can have a match with Sami Zayn, but in terms of a big invested program like he's doing with Samoa Joe now, it's hard to really see that when majority of your guys on the roster, or at least top names, are faces. So that's why I was kind of hoping he lost, but still a great match, and I love the way Samoa Joe sold it. As he was getting carried at the back, you can tell in his eyes and his face, he was pissed. He's like, this is not the end. And you can tell the intensity in his face, and I thought he sold that perfectly. Even though he lost, he still had that determination. He's like, no, this is not over by a long shot. And I absolutely love that about Samoa Joe and his heel character, so I thought that was absolutely great finishing touch to that awesome, awesome, awesome main event match. But yeah, that'll do it for my review for TakeOver London. Next week, Sami Zayn returns after being gone for 7 months now. Sami Zayn returns to NXT next week. That should be absolutely awesome to see him back. NXT TakeOver London, great, great, great show, like I said. I would say this is probably, to be honest, the weakest TakeOver of the year out of every single one. Maybe second weakest, depending on what your thoughts are. But that's not saying it's a bad show by any means. Every TakeOver so far has been absolutely awesome. It's been a great show, and this was, nothing different from the other takeovers. So, great show, very, very fun from top to bottom. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the show if you caught it. Leave your guys' thoughts in the comments if you guys would like about the show. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thank you guys for watching the video. I wanna taste love.